Welcome everybody to another one. Wait, let me get the TikTok up real quick. Welcome Jenny G, Gary, Napoli. Got Odd Witch TV here, and we have, let's see here, Sister Odette, Gaja, and Glamorous, GLAMOROUS, first class, up in the sky, champagne, living the life. Gangnam Style. Almost ready? Give me a second. You already know I have a lot of buttons to click before I begin the journey. My goal is to do 6 hours today, or 5 depending on how I feel. As you know, I'm trying to F myself up. Just a little bit is fine. Push yourself. That's one thing I'm grateful for. Hard work. My life's more fulfilled when I grind. I guess that's something to do. Enjoy the grind. Right. If you're grinding and you don't enjoy, that's called the hustle. Welcome, Isa. Happy Sunday night. Let me get my matcha. Sunday. I'm doing very good. Thank you. Let's see here. let's just. So Tank Mo is here, Bella. I swear every time you pop in my head, I look at my phone and suddenly your Go Live notification appears. Well, thank you for enjoying clicking here. If you like positive, if you like authentic energy, that's my priority, right? Authentic energy. That's it. And people who are relatable. Welcome, Rudy. Choco Cat. Yes. I did put a new video on my video tube, and most people only last about 20 minutes, or that's right, people watch mainly about 20 minutes, so I could find from that video I can fine tune more. I guess what people really like is my storytelling aspect, or that style. Happy full moon. That voiceover, Yes, there's one video tube, because you cannot say me tube or, you know what I mean? Social media company don't want you saying anything about other platform. You have to self-censor, so that's another meditative aspect. So it's video tube or me tube, but there's no such thing, as there's no you. It's just me and we tube, me tube. And I've been, I think I also I got shadow banned on the MeToo because it thought I was a robot because I was streaming 10-hour streams, right? Most people aren't streaming 10 hours straight like your boy, and so I believe it thought I was a robot running video. Or maybe they don't want 10-hour live streams. Yeah, I'm AI. I know. Is it? Maybe I'm just dumb. Okay, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I need to be using AI and just not being here. Like, maybe I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? It's like even the company don't believe. Why would somebody do that? Even their own AI thinks I'm AI. What the Or maybe that is the message, because what I'm doing might not, That's why I'm gonna try streaming for 10 hours for 2 months. After that, I'm just gonna go back to doing deliveries, because until this thing grows, right? Because the main part is that it's thin, right? Doing it pure. I want to be here more, but I'm not here for everything is business driven, and I'm not really business driven. Like the way I make content, Amazon, deliver. I know what I'm doing online here is gonna eventually grow. I'm just kind of right, before things begin to be successful, when you plant a seed and it's gonna be good, it takes time. So I'm aware what we're doing is like excellent. It just takes time for it to happen. And so I'm in that transition time, right? That's it. So while in that transition time, I just have to, be patient with the growth process. That's it. I'm never going to stop streaming, by the way, Because to me, I love it here. It just, Thank you, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, it's more about making your life work, and there's nothing worse than doing what you want, but not what you need. You may want to do this, but you need to do that, right? So I'm always checking. I'm humble enough to recognize if things are not working. I'm not blindly just streaming 10 hours and being broke as hell, right? And the main reason is because I had to save to go to Vietnam next year for a tea ceremony with my wife, a Vietnamese wedding basically, and also my future, right? But I'm starting to understand what I need to do on here and how the algorithm works and how it doesn't work, and I'm starting. You have to see what do you have to offer that the mainstream consciousness wants. I know, like in Mystic Village, this is more like the inner circle. Like this is more about community, right? And that is what I lead with, the inner circle experience, mentorship, authenticity, spirituality, right? Mainstream consciousness they're not concerned as much about spiritual devotion and meditation and healing, right? Now they need it, right? Many people in the mainstream need it, but they're more interested in entertainment and other things that are more digestible, right? Humbly speaking, right? Many people have good heart, for sure. But what are they going to look for that I can offer? Thank you for the bubble gum, by the way. And I start to see my guided, I started recently guiding meditation a lot more on the stream. And people have been just melting quickly. Like, the Tibetan bows that I do is the number one thing that I do. But I found something above that, which is Tibetan bows and guided meditation, which is a new combo, right? Because I can still be myself and offer something original. Because anyone can really, right? Many people can get with the bow and play. But then adding a guided meditation aspect is something that's very unique and very, I would say, original, that I see work. Right? Because imagine how many flute videos there are made by AI. 'Cause AI sucks at creativity. It makes generic things. Right? But when it comes to authenticity, it fails at authenticity. Because human beings, we can read authenticity very well. Right? That's why AI is terrible at making jokes. Have y'all seen AI try to make jokes? Like, what the it doesn't get humor. It doesn't know how to make human hands either yet. I think they'll figure that out. But it doesn't get humor because humor comes from a place of sadness oftentimes. You know what I mean? Like, it comes from real world suffering. Like, yeah, it's like, because AI doesn't suffer. It can learn from human beings suffering, but it doesn't get. Right? From my, observation. Now it's cute for sure. When AI makes a joke, like a walking robot makes a joke, remember that robot that's walking around town with a cowboy hat? It does this, and it like does the middle finger at you. You're like, oh, that's cute. But you know, like that's once or twice. When you see it 3 times, it's played out. Was it got Rizbot or whatever? Yeah, Saturday I don't stream anymore. That's the main part, yeah. Welcome, Skip to Grace and Diane. Yeah. Well, I use Saturday to edit a ton of video, right? So I schedule some videos at a certain time, and so I've been producing more content, and because it's something that I need to do to grow. It's just because my music, where I'm at with my music, I'm very satisfied with the sound healing aspect, right? All the instruments we've learned, and y'all were here for it, right? The pianos, all the new pianos. Getting my stapler, right? And I'm impressed with the music art, right? I know there's a lot. It's enough, right? I'm not a professional when it comes, but it's enough to help people feel love and relax. And that's it, right? That's what we do. Then we got the guitars, the harps. And recently I've been taking more breaks just because, you know, I've been having trouble sleeping. Not because it's hard for me to sleep, but it's just I switched from streaming 10 hours straight back to splitting the 2, 5, and 5. And I'm gonna do this till what? Maybe mid October, right? And so the goal is keep up the flow. And I've been changing the way that I've editing my content. Instead of I've been editing my own using AI to edit. You don't want to use it all, like you want to search for your own viral clips. You don't want it to detect it because it doesn't have good intuition. It just looks for what it thinks is viral, which usually isn't, unless you're just a clip farmer. And so those people who are a clip farmer, they have video editors, right, instead of AI. So I'm going back to my roots of, what it takes to grow again, and I think it's a good plan. Just more time editing. And the reason I like to live stream a lot is because I don't have to edit nothing. I can just make music. Right, and the reason why I'm editing again, because we're maxed out on the music. We have so much variety and interestingness with the music, right? Down to the guitar. you feel about the... Yeah, so now that the music is great, now I'm like focusing on virality or growing what I'm doing using video, right? Live streaming, I'm good at. Now it's like, how do I grow to the next level? You have to also, create video and live stream at the same time for it to work, right? Right, we got that. Also, I learned how to use better synthesizer vibe, right? So I've gotten familiar, and we got the bass versions of things there. I'm less concerned about the eclipses as much because I don't really study astrology. I just pay attention to when full moon happens, people's energy trip out. There's always some cycle beginning and ending all the time, right? For example, your breath is a cycle that begins and ends. Another cycle is your blinking, see? Beginning and ending. Beep, beep. There's so many, right? Your whole body has different flows, right? Your heart has different flow, your lungs. And so the more we pay attention to how things generally affect things, then we get to notice patterns that really affects us. Right? Like the cycles in life that really matter, we all know about already, right? There's a year, there's seasons, there's mid-age, old age, and old as hell, and there's a baby is born. They go to school, and all these they're in different cycles, generally. To just live a life that's fulfilled, and that fulfillment it's possible for everybody if you're willing to practice the things that lead to fulfillment. Some people don't believe in fulfillment. I do. Then we have the cinematic vibes that I'm deeply mesmerized by. How do you open your third eye? You don't. The universe opens your third eye. Essentially, your third eye is already open, but you don't recognize it because The people trying to open the third eye don't know what they're trying to open at all. But it's just trendy to tell people about it because it's trendy to talk about decalcifying your pineal gland and trying to do all this and that. That's why there's a bunch of spiritual ego trying to charge money for all over the place, making people have lower faith in spiritual communities because it's more spiritual business. Yeah. There's a lot of ways to trick people without helping them. Making them think that you're helping them is what a lot of people do because it makes a lot of money, right? If you've been tricked to think that people have helped you, but you have no transformation in your life, like you're miserable as hell, but you say you're part of a healing community. Are you in a healing community if you're not healing? No miracles happening? Or if there's a miracle, it's just a little bit, right? Because in everyone's life, there's going to be some miracle, but there's no consistent transformation happening. And then they take your money. And maybe after 10 years, you realize, man, that group didn't really help me. That's a great lesson, though. You know what I mean? Great lesson. Shout out to the universe. That's why I openly just say how... that's why I'm just bluntly honest so that I can help prevent people from keep doing the same thing that doesn't work for another who knows how long. Let me... BRB. Yeah, I start to wear compression because I sit here so much, and after 4 hours of sitting, my circulation's not so good, so that's why. Working on that. It doesn't hurt, but it's more about circulation. I don't feel pain, but it's more about because I'm cross-legged on the floor and all these things. So I have been stretching a lot more, yeah. No pain, it's just more about flow. And again, I'm explaining that I've gone through a musical journey of finding all these sounds. I have one Ableton project open with 60 instruments in there, and right, there's a ton of different cellos, choirs. So I'm equipped to make freaking anything. Right. So yoga streams. Thank you for helping complete my goal, by the way. Breathing in. Slowly out. So what I have been doing is, again, like rotating. I've been stretching through the stream a lot more. So, yeah. Welcome to Gish. Welcome, Mace. Ox 5 Mixmaster, turn on a dime, pause. I know a gaming streamer who has streamed 12 hours or more on. Yeah. It's the streaming long isn't the issue. It's about, I have friends and there's other things I do in life, and it's hard to balance your life whenever you stream 10 hours when everyone's sleeping. When they need you is when I'm normally sleeping, so my sleep gets distracted. Right, my sleep gets incomplete because I have to wake up in the middle to go meet some people at the daytime. Welcome, Grace and Arrow Eyes. Yeah. I saw a question here. Thank you, Jan. Thank you so much. Let's see here. How do you start practicing non-attachment to your thoughts or narratives? How do you start practicing non-attachment to your thoughts and narratives? Listen to other people's way of thinking. You have to know your foundation. Do the best that you can to know your principles and values, and know that other people have different values. Even though I may think there's a universal value that we all can agree on, sometimes people say they do have the same agreement, but then it may be corrupted by lack of critical analysis or critical thinking, because their brain has been captured ideologically towards religion, one-sided thinking. So I have to be humble enough to be silent to see, oh, they think like that because of this. I think like that, but what's a universal understanding, which can be very difficult if you have the ego in the way. Yeah. So that's why being a meditator and willing to be wrong and right, and willing to deeply engage in discussions with people, help destroy ego. But the lack of communication in relationship is what leads to divorce and lead to disharmonious friendship, right? Because we don't have good communication. So it's the same thing with human beings everywhere. When we become tribal and disconnected, when we don't have open-hearted talk with each other, and when we don't make time to communicate with each other, and we're only in they call it the echo chamber, people in our, right? When we're spoiled with love your damn self only, we don't realize some people, they have something else. So that's why we have to be willing to engage with people who come in here and maybe are very negatively religious, but not all religious people are negative. And I think most people aren't trying to be negative. Some people just don't realize that's how they are and how they sound because they don't think about things. They don't realize, they don't listen to what they're really saying because they're repeating what they've been taught. That's all. Yeah, there's overthinking and then there's also underthinking. That's why you have to learn to find your center, because some people think too damn much and some people don't think about it at all. You know what I'm saying? They're both kind of the issue. But one thing that I learned is you can't make everyone happy. It's impossible. But it's possible to make you happy. There's thoughtless thinking too. Thoughtless thinking. That sounds like a Zen joke. Open up, man. Thought you saw me in the counter. It wasn't me. The girl next door. Picture this, we were both naked in the living room door. How could I? Thank you so much. Who was it? Thank you, Mace. Thank you for the Leon the Kitten. And a happy Sunday night and a Saturday morning to everybody. Meow. Of course, I hope I see, let's see what Sister Tanya. My TikTok account got hacked by Brad Pitt scammers, so I will be... Oh, okay. Wait, what? What? At least there's other accounts, right? We got our Tibetan bowls if we ever. We got digital Tibetan bowls too. We got everything. Here's the real one. You can't replace it, you know. It's irreplaceable. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. Yeah, there's no comparing. It's just this one tries to replicate, right? But the dynamics, right? You. Yeah, I only listen to mid-aged people music nowadays. I can't listen to no Trippy Red or whatever they listen to. Sexy Red. I don't know. I mean, I could listen to it, but I'd rather be making music here, you know, just chilling with y'all. Peaceful music, you know. I had my time listening to non-peaceful music. And it starts with dum dum. Check it like a salt, 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 check it. Yeah, I remember when I stopped listening to rap music as much was when 2 Chainz started getting popular. I'm like, wait. Damn. 2 Chainz. Like, good. And Gucci Gang. I just didn't understand. I was like, wait. What the is this? So anyways, yeah. So I just stick to like old school music better, yeah. Now the instrumentals are dope, like the Migos, they had dope instrumentals. It's just Percocet, Molly, Percocet, represent. I'm like, oh. So exciting. God's playing. Yeah. Here's our ending, the one. Here you go. Remember to breathe in, you know. Yeah, don't be scared of the bowl, okay? Arrow eyes. You see, you have to know when you look like you know what you're doing and you're confident. You're not abusing the bowl. It works. Sometimes you can get mid-tone. But your bowl, like this is a smaller one than you got, right? This is a smaller. You just have to know where to. Right. Right. That's a pinky, small mallet, right? Bigger mallet, right? You can do a double knuckle. Different, right? Yeah. If you dent your bowl, like, you're fine. You're not gonna dent the bowl because you know why? They sat here hammering this bowl for probably 1,000 taps. You're not gonna hurt the bowl. Right? That's how it was made. You know, just 3 guys. Think, 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 think. Again. But the pose after matters almost more than the actual strike, right? Always remember to guide people to breathe before you tap the bowl. And after the tap, be completely still and breathe with them. And just holding it still without shaking is another art form, right? Breathing in. If you shake a lot, you can do 2 hands. That's why I have my setup, right? I don't have to hold it, reduce my... But if I wanted to, I could just... Doink! That's just a side quest. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, David. Welcome, everybody. I could tell everyone's ready to relax and wake up the next day to go to work. Yay. Or go to school. Thank you. This is the Mystic Village merch. You can find it on Etsy. Also, Mystic Village merch. I don't make money from this. All right. More about community. That's why I'm learning how to be more authentic with my money, because I have principles that I follow, which I follow the Eightfold Noble, the Eightfold Path is called right livelihood. And the things that I would do in my life, if I know that I'm exploiting people, I can't do it. Or if I know that using this technique to psychologically manipulate people, I can't do it. That's why I don't like to. That's why when I see some spiritual people using different techniques to get more followers, and I know it's inauthentic, I can't force myself to. I'll try it, but I feel bad, then I just don't, because I just feel I'm selling out because just to get my numbers up. But you just do what's trendy. This is for your third eye, but really it's not. It's just what's trendy in spirituality. It's like, you can make a little though, yeah. Of course, yeah. Because if I'm doing something that isn't genuinely helping transform people, I can't do it. But I see many people, they grow from it, and that's why I find myself alone a lot, because I can't submit to that. But what I can do is find a way that's pure, and that is the journey for me as a content creator. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I found that's why I found this technique naturally, right? I found the tuner on screen. That happened naturally. I was like, oh, that's kind of relaxing actually. Because that's a meditative. You can see the sound. Huh, interesting. And so that's been a staple of what we're doing here. Took me years to figure that out. And then the next part is also guiding meditation while doing it. Right, because I'm looking at how can I go viral and do it in a way that's authentic. I don't want to do something because it's trendy, because it's gonna get played out quickly if you're not authentic. 1000%, you see it. Which is called Build Community, Transform Lives. And also my voice. One of the major things in social media is called being a good storyteller, right? So I do that with spiritual knowledge, right? We just sit here and we talk, we hang out. You're just good down to earth. I try to be a good person, the best that I can be. Because what else can you? That's what I've been taught by. But there's so many things that you can say deviate you away from humility, right? The chasing the bag, looking good in society, your social status, and all these things. It's different, whenever you have a spiritual awakening in your life, what I do with my life, a lot of people may not understand. And same thing, like, right, my parents might not understand. Even my wife sometimes doesn't understand. And sometimes people in the community doesn't understand. But many do, right? Many do. Oh, thank you. Welcome, Spiritual. Because when there's faith involved, some things don't make sense. And then some people just only operate on pure faith without common sense and groundedness. Yeah. Which is also an issue. I say this often because it's a really common issue. Really. It's a really common issue. Spiritual people just want to talk to angels all day sometimes and just operate on prayer. It's like praying for money is not healthy because you have to also learn how to earn it. You know? Praying for healing isn't healthy alone because you need to also eat healthy, sleep well, and all these things. Action-based life. Tell them angels to wash my dishes. Take out my trash too, archangels. Thank you. Oh, would you mind cleaning the toilet on the side too? You have to learn how to, we have to learn how to find our balance in society, whether we're spiritual or, more faith-based person or not. You have to find your balance. Right? Find your balance. That's why the yin and yang symbol is very iconic, because it actually makes sense. Oh, yin and yang. That's why it's there. Do you offer group meditation? Every Sunday we do a free sound bath in Houston, Texas at Menil Park, 2 p.m. Yeah. Free sound bath. If you've never been, you might like it. Have you ever noticed there's a yin and yang symbol in the moon? No, not really. I mean, you can see yin and yang in everything if you start. Right? You look at a flower, you may see yin and yang. You look in the ocean, you look in anything circular, you might see anything. See, look. Right. Yin on this side. Yang. See? Yin, yang. The moon is still full, so just be aware there's going to be a lot of ungroundedness because this community is a very welcoming place for people, and it also welcomes people dumping energy. But we do clear it out with music quite rapidly. Like today, during the sound bath, somebody not sober came by and almost touched somebody. I was just like, I was doing throat chanting, ooh, right, and this dude not sober as hell came by and judge. He don't have no powers. We were lighting incense, and the guy asked Sean if he can, if he can pass the joint or whatever, and he stopped and stared at the girl meditating, and I was about to like, you better not touch her. And so, but of course, I shift the energy. I stopped the throat chanting. Then I stop that and I start to. And I went back to umari. Then he went away. Yeah. Because you can shift. Because they're not aware. You can use music and energy to. Because with well-meaning intention, the universe works with you. Right? I'm not using the music to harm people. I'm using the music to help people. So when there's negative energy coming by, you can push it away. But if you try to use it to see when Bitcoin's gonna hit, to the moon. But it's tricky. We don't just play music to push. You have to learn that, right? Because throat chanting is very dominant, right? Ooh. And people in their head, they think that they want to own everything, right? When you're not sober, and right, some people are like this, but this guy was more like, yeah, I'm gonna own and control everything. And the way you become harmonious to somebody like that is with silence and more yin energy, like, oh, nobody, I have no power. Right. So that's when you start to bring the. So that's a sign of how you deal with ungrounded people. You have to learn to shift the energy. Thank you so much, Nicole. Right. A lot of beginner sound healers. Okay. Yeah, thank you, spiritual. A lot of beginner sound healers, what they do is they try to push fire. So imagine there's like a chaotic energy. They just play louder crystal bowls and then they add to the fire. I'm like, I've seen it happen before. I'm like, no. You have to learn to do the opposite. If the energy is loud and chaotic, you have to learn to. That gracefulness people start noticing. And then it becomes a domino effect of people noticing. Because you're doing what people need and it feels right. So people, right? And by the end of that sound bath, people started to bow towards us and stuff. Like, what the? It's kind of weird. I mean, it's not weird. It's just, like, we're not. To me, we just work for the universe. I guess they're bound to the sound. Like, people start meditating towards us, right? Because we were doing a sound bath in downtown, and the energy was very chaotic. Because they didn't organize it very well, just all over the place. But when you create harmony, a mandala starts to open. That's what we do here. Right? We don't open it, it opens naturally as you operate with love. That's why many people, how do you open your third eye? They say asking, how do you open the mandala? You don't. You just do your best, be a good servant, and keep being better enough to realize, oh, if we just keep doing this, somehow it opens. But we don't open it. Reminds me of Studio Ghibli. Yeah, the Japanese culture is highly influenced by Buddhism. Also known, but in the Japanese tradition, it's more of Zen Buddhism or Shinto, which is like more shamanic, mountain spirit Buddhism. Right, that's why their shrines and all these things are very beautiful. Right, that's where the inspiration comes from. And that's where Reiki and many healing modalities come from. And Japan is a small island with lots of people, and lots of people means there's a need for healing. Same thing with India, right? Tons of people, more suffering, and also more healers appear because that's what's needed. HTX meditation on the Insta is our meditation site. Do you see Buddhism as a religion? I don't. And I don't practice it like one, but some people practice Buddhism. It's like some people don't see Christianity as a religion either. It's more of a practice. Usually it's the mature people who realize like you can be a follower or a practitioner. Followers oftentimes don't practice. They just have the same ideology. That's it. So that's why I look for result-driven people. Imagine some people talk good about good things, but no good results. That's why I stay away from people who talk pretty. Because when I see people talk pretty, oftentimes it's because there's no pretty results. That's why they need to talk pretty. But the people who have transformative results, they talk blunt, because the bluntness leads to transformation, but also knowing when to be compassionate. So, balance again. balance. Not New Balance, old balance. How it always is. Yin and yang. Oh, this is a red string from the temple. It's like a mala bead, but cheaper. It's a red string that holds intention of practice, right? Or whatever you want to hold intention, right? You don't need the most fanciest bracelet. A string could be a reminder of your devotion. The end. Yeah. But some people need lapis lazuli and lapidorite or green agate, amethyst crystal crown, and all these things, and still sad as hell. Buy more, by the way. You also need a calcite wand. If you don't have one, you're not spiritual. Ew. I stay away from that crowd. Ew. Yeah, I'm just a straight. I like to be honest in a funny way because it's easier to hear than just saying it in a non-funny way. You know what I mean? Oh shoot. I don't trust all the Hollywood folks that were on it. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean this is from Mahayana Buddhism. Yeah. Again, who really owns a red string around their wrist? It's just sometimes it catches on with different cultures, but I'm sure you could just put a blade of grass around your wrist. Like, hey, yo, are you pagan? Like, nope. It's just my intention holder. Good night, Sister Tanya. See a little harp here. I got a tattoo of a cross and an intention holder for my Hare Krishna faith. Hare Krishna. what does the color red symbolizes? Red is considered like a lucky color in the Asian culture, especially the Chinese and Vietnamese culture. Right? When you go to Chinatown, a lot of everything that's official is red. Right? Even in the Japanese, like the gate, yeah. Prosperity and luck, Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, everything is red. No, I didn't grow up with that. I just knew. I didn't grow up with that. Right? Thai bracelets are a bit different. It's like neon and bright, and sometimes they put some beads in there. But it's relatively cheap. I don't understand when you say you don't practice Buddhism, but you go to a temple. Yeah. Does the master know your views on Buddhism? Yeah. Some Catholics people go to visit the master. Some non-Christian people come here and hang out. Or some Christian people come here and hang out too. Some people are also not spiritual and they hang out here. It's the same thing. It's more about the love. Yeah. Some people, they go to the temple to learn traditional. Some people, they go to the temple for a universal experience. Right? It's because the intention of people going is different. Some people, they go to bow, they prostrate 3 times, and that's their thing. They want to chant. They want to put the incense. I go to the temple, I bow just 1 time. Inside, I bow 3 times, and then I hang out. Because the real temple is the inner altar, your life, your vessel. Right? For example, I don't know when the Buddha's birthday is. Visakha Bucha, I don't know. I don't even know when the major Buddhist holiday is or anything like that, because I don't celebrate it. I celebrate the moment. So that's why I follow more Zen, right? Because it's more about something that's useful. For example, the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh says, he requests that people let go of his ashes. But if they decide to keep it, he put the sign, "I'm not in here, by the way," as they bow to his ashes, because these students don't learn anything. Their ego is attached to honoring some ashes. That's not, the master Thich Nhat Hanh is not in the ashes. Right? I'm not in here. But people will still bow to the ashes because they're attached to culture and religious practice rather than realize it's in here. You understand? That's why when you break away from societal norm, you seem weird as hell. Because you don't want to offend people by being disrespectful. Right? But then a Zen master says, "I'm not in here. But if y'all decide to keep me, put this sign telling them I'm not in here." Do you think the Buddha told people to try to collect my relics, spread them all over the world, and create stupas? Hell no. The people who are attached to the Buddha, right, did all that because that's called religion. And I don't follow that. But many people who don't get it, they still want to honor these people. Instead of honoring through practice and living that life, they honor through a different way by not practicing what they're taught. So they make their own thing. And so over time, there's just a bunch of this religion happening and people disconnect from the inner connection. But of course, some people, the real ones, will figure it out. The ones that don't ask any questions. and just follow a line of what people did before and just follow through the culture and tradition, right? Because the people who are awakened, they were willing to break tradition and ask deeper questions like, hey, yo, why the heck are we bowing to a statue of the Buddha when the Buddha nature is within? Did the Buddha say, bow to statues of me? Hell no. Why are we doing it? What do you think Jesus told his people? Pray to me, pray to an image of me on a cross looking sad. Hell no, right? Spiritual master would never say that, but the people who don't get it will just make up stuff and create their own ideology and religion, all these things. Yeah, because the message, the teaching is more important. The action of service is more important than creating monuments of these things. And sadly, a lot of it's more about it's ego, right? My kingdom has a giant Buddha statue. I own this town, the king. See, king, me king. I build big statue of Jesus on top of the hill. Me, that's called Brazil, Rio de Janeiro right there, right? Me, I'm king. I built a big statue. I own the town. See, I'm king. So it's more about me, I did it, ego, nothing about actual inner practice. And then you have patrons who will fund different people, right, to follow this ego path. And if you speak against it, to the dungeon. All right, time to get the guillotine out again. We got a smart ASS talking bad about the kingdom again. No, I was not. That was somebody else that looked like me. I'm not Guru Thanet. I'm brother. Guru Thanet, that's only on TikTok, okay? I'm in real life, it's brother Thanet, okay? They're two different persons. To the guillotine. So that's why, as spiritual practitioners, you can't really be honest because it offends the mainstream consciousness. Whereas the deep, right? Like talking like this with religious people, oh, how dare you, right? You don't understand, right? That's a false prophet and a charlatan. Dishonor. Repent now for your sins. Right? Aye, Captain. And it's always been that way. The people who like get to, and sometimes you get lost in the sauce that your brain becomes glitchy because like the things that you can't say out loud, but they also don't help your life be better. So that's why you have to focus on on knowledge that's practical and transformational, or else you just become loopy as hell. Like, and when your mind is loopy, then you start to take more substance, and sadly, a lot of spiritual people get lost in the sauce in conspiracy truth and theories and non-transformative way of living life because you can get lost in information. Like people sometimes become more interested in the ancient pyramid of Giza and UFO rather than their own the well-being of themselves and their family. But they just know too much about the ancient pyramid of Giza. And so to cope with their ungrounded mind, they need to smoke, drink, and do all this. And then it leads them to getting caught up in information addiction and philosophy and ideological like battles, which has nothing, it doesn't lead to happiness. It's just a storm going off all the time, right? If you hang around a super extreme religious person long enough, they will find something you're doing wrong. But of course, they need to damn you to purgatory first. I find extremely religious people, I find that very educational because they're proud of the way they live. And I like that, because the people who aren't like, because if you're kind of in between, you're not gonna reveal how like what you really practice. But the people who are all in, they teach you the most. That's why I love, like, let's not BS. Like, if like what you believe is what you believe, and I'm just here to understand it because that's your life. Like, as long as you're not doing crazy stuff, you're not gonna, you're not. Your ideas and views, right? Because that's what makes people happy is different for everybody. Yes, we can judge that, or we can just see, whoa, okay, that's who they are. It can be like interesting or it could be stunning, but if we're just willing to observe it, now if it's bad enough, there's jail. But if you're not doing anything that, it's just sometimes your view is, right? Maybe some people view me as a false prophet and a charlatan. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because that's what's been taught to them. I can either judge people judging me or understand why and just see, oh, the reason they think that way is because every Sunday at church, their pastor tells them, they're worshiping false idols and misinformation and deviating you from the Lord, right? That's why they think that way. And I'm okay with that because that's just the truth. But what I'm not okay with is people being depressed and unhappy while they believe in all these things, and yet they're still miserable, right? If what you believe in brings you joy, that's genuine, right? And you're helping others, word, great, God bless you, right? But if what you're doing doesn't even bring you joy and you're not really helping others, but instead you're harming them without realizing it, that's why I'm willing to stand up for what I believe, because some people, they're doing a lot of talking, but not doing a lot of helping, right? They're doing a lot of drama, my God, your God, my religion, non-religion, my side, your side, but is anyone actually happy? Oftentimes, no. And oftentimes, these people won't listen either. So that's why I instead create a space that's so open that anybody, like this, right? In this community, we're so open that the far extremes will come in quietly and slowly. What they talking about up in here? Okay, it's not that rude. Wait a minute. What is he? Is he Buddhism, or wait, he also talks about God? What those? He makes music. Oh, the music's kind of dope, actually. Oh, I can fall asleep here. Not too bad. He's not being disrespectful towards Jesus, but he doesn't say God doesn't exist. But it's kind of confusing. But at least the energy is kind of dope. The people are respectful. And there's some guided meditation that does make sense. It helps me fall asleep, actually, right? The transformative qualities of what we're doing in here speaks louder than the philosophy. They're not trying to convert nobody in here, right? You don't have to change your religion to be here. It's easy to be here, so it makes people like, there are some good people unifying, people out here. And so I'm grateful for the space that we have together, where people are not rude to each other just because we are different. I just, I hope there's more. It's easy for these kind of communities to get corrupted with things. That's why I always have to watch it that's why I have to watch everything like a hawk here. Because some people come with negative intention. Right. Let's see it. If you see, I don't like being confined. I want to be able to think for myself, because a person can have supernatural experiences that are proof of things, and they can also receive unique divine knowledge. You mean channeled messages? This topic, Sister Amanda says, this topic can be irritating. It's like Christians aren't respectable, then disrespectful comments about Christianity by others. Which is why I constantly say there's amazing Christians people here. Because oftentimes in spiritual communities, I notice a lot of spiritual people disrespecting religious people, and I don't like it. And nobody's standing up to hey, we should be respectful to people. If people are disrespectful to us and we're disrespectful back, who's gonna stand up for unity and respecting each other? That's why I always mention, I'm so grateful we're in a space where we can have religious people and non-religious and spiritual people all in one place, enjoying the moment together. You do, but others start commenting sometimes, and it causes tension. Yeah, because we're in a space where people can comment anything. But me as a leader, right? That's why I just do my part. And people have different views, and they can be here even if they disagree, which is wow, right? Wow, Eureka! You can disagree and still hang out in here, because people want the positive vibes from the music and community. Yeah, being a transformative leader is not easy. It's easy to just do what's easy. That's why it's called a piece of cake. To unify humanity and do it in a clear way. That's why I don't like to be comfortable all the time. Because it's, when we're too comfortable, we don't grow. That's why I take this space like it's a digital temple. It's alive for me. I'm not here. It's mostly positive, but in real life, sometimes there's negativity, but not all the time, right? Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. And out. Welcome, Johnny. Yeah, I'm speaking from other lives. Yeah. I see a lot of people don't know how to talk about these things in a calm manner. That's why us talking about it in a unifying manner about these things is so good, because a lot of negativity towards religious people or agnostic people, it's really dividing humanity, right? And so it's hard to find a space that like, hey, let's like unite. I get impressed if I find one. It's just rare. There's always about God's not real, prove me wrong. God is real, prove me wrong. Like, why do we have to be like that? Can we just find a way to agree? And if you ever agree, then your whole narrative doesn't work, right? The whole thing that you're trying to do, right? But the disagreement causes drama, which causes viewership to go up, which causes the cha-ching to go up, but it causes disharmony to also go up too, because you're capitalizing on disharmony, which is bad karma, which is why I don't do that. Yeah. Who is God? I don't know, you tell me. Oh, to me, God is the energy, the intelligence of love. Not who. But if you believe in something else, that's what works for you. Right? Because it shows up in your life in the way you approach it differently. Some people see, the Abrahamic God. That's what works for them. I'm not here to, To me, it's different, because if God's so infinite, then everyone's relationship with that presence would be different. Not just all the same. Doesn't make sense. But some people believe in things that don't make sense. I just don't. I need things to like make sense genuinely. Right, coming from a humble place and unifying place and oneness and one love. I had to help some people today with some spiritual matters and pointed out someone's very blatant to me flaw, and they were so appreciative of me pointing out their flaw in a loving way. Yeah, having loving communication with people helps a lot. But it can be a double-edged sword, because if they didn't ask for it and they're not vibing with you and you're giving out all these deep spiritual things they didn't ask for, you're like, what the wait, who are you again? You know. Welcome, Ali. You know, I've been taught by my teacher, religion is like a roadmap, right? A map. But you have to do your own discovery. So there's landmarks on a map, right? It's like, okay, around here, this is where the treasure is. Or this is where, why is that a landmark? You're like, what were they okay, why is this here? What is it trying to show me? But if you never use the map to discover, you just read the map, but you never go on that journey of exploration, then you never really learn. You're just going by looking at the map, but you don't go on your own expedition. You just read Oregon Trail map, but no actual Oregon Trail. Then you ain't going nowhere. Go on the pilgrimage, the journey. That's why I don't just believe what people tell me. I have to go. I'll listen, but then I have to try it myself, okay? If love is within, but I don't feel it, how the hell is it within? Then you have to go on a journey within to see what does that mean. Why do all these people keep saying love is within, but I don't feel it? Be in the now. I'm always here now. Why do they keep saying be in the now? Right here, carpe diem. Carpe diem. Ignorance is bliss. There they go. Ignorance is bliss. And like sometimes it gets so social media-y that people just say anything and just say the Buddha said it. Because now it's become trendy to just do that. Love your damn self every day in the now. Dash Buddha. Nope, he didn't actually say that, by the way. That was me. And now people are like, can we trust anything nowadays? And so people aren't, right? It's hard to trust anything nowadays. Unless you spend time saying hi to people. And right, the reason people trust what's going on in here, because we have an actual conversation in here. It's not just make content, get numbers up, leave. You know what I mean? There's like actual people here. Welcome. I am AI brother Thanet. In 10 years, I'll be here talking. Oh, this is just the new language model. He also does jokes. So that's why in a world filled with so much information, you actually have to slow down and do a lot more critical analysis and critical thinking. Especially with wisdom, it requires feeling, thinking, and practicing. And we don't got time for that. Next. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Slowly breathing out. Relaxing your body. Enjoy the moment. Good night, Amanda. Thank you. Go to the piano here. How about the guitar? Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Slowly out. Dragging your breath helps you to relax so much. I wish I learned it earlier in my life. I guess I kind of did. Thank you for all the blessing, by the way. Yes. 3 muses and Ali, Brother Arrow Eyes, Ito, Verdant Afro, thank you so much. Nicole. Yeah, it's whenever you start to see how there's a lot of benefits that people get from being disharmonious, right? Like the here is not really profitable, but the disease is more profitable. Unity is not profitable, but separation and divide is a lot more profitable. There's a lot more drama. Drama, right? There's a lot more. You get a lot. You sell more tickets from drama than unity and relaxation, and sadly, and there's people doing it the right way too. It's just very few because doing things the right way takes longer time, and people don't have patience. Welcome, Roberto. Now, we're not here to take forever to get things done. Also, with that in mind, I learned that extending the exhale past 7 to 8 will kick the parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah. That's why I exaggerate my breathing a lot so people can learn. And people do learn because I see it. Right? People are like, it's working. Right? Just literally just doing this for breathing in. I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I'm aware that I'm breathing out. If you do that about 6 times, your heart rate is so low, your breathing is so long, and people start like, it's working. Within 15 minutes, they're yawning. 20 minutes, knocked out. Like, what the? it's so simple. Because the thing is, when you learn that technique, that you're not gonna buy as much melatonin. You're not gonna need to buy all these things for sleep support. You're like, oh, what? You need a lot less when you find a cure. When you don't have the cure, there's a lot more to sell. Sad, right? That's why you have to keep it on the down low, and you have to learn to self-censor. Right? You have to keep it humble. It's not about you, the universe. If you don't keep it humble, the people with big ego and who don't want the cure. Right? But when you just, we're just helping people for free, by the way. Yeah, it's just been passed down. Right? It's not called the Guru Thanet method or right. Because then people will turn it into a business instantly, like the Wim Hof, right? Doing the ice bath, cold plunge, and Wim Hof method, cha-ching. Right? Because if people realize the healing is accessible to everybody, the people who are trying to control that flow, well, there's a conflict of interest. Now, if you paid for it and you're doing a good job, then people find solutions. Right? But if you're not doing a good job and you take people's money, and then they go try some other stuff that's free and it works. That's why many people are coming towards spirituality and wellness. Because it works. No controversy, no drama, right? People just want to do something that works, and they're tired of things that doesn't work, and they've been doing it for 10 years. That's it. Welcome, Caster. So I learned from the people before me. There's been many healers that are successful, but somehow what they did, it crumbled at the end of the day. Because their insight only was able to see what they were doing, but not what, but they didn't see what the community they were creating, how was it affecting the systems around them, which caused them to fail, right? Because if you have some kind of cure or anything, if you have a solution and you don't know how that solution's affecting the world around you, right? It can come like, because there's great people on the planet, but there's also the opposite. The people who don't want the cure, don't want the solution. So you have to understand how to be in harmony with these people. by at least realizing they're there, not just ignoring them. Osho, yeah. Because in the world of social media, you can easily like for example, you know Bobby McFerrin, don't worry, be happy. Social media made people thought he was gone, like not alive no more. But that dude's still alive. Right? That's just one example of what the internet can do. And that's just a light example. Right? If you're doing something deeply transformative and then you have peoples in the powers who don't want that to come out, they can just create lies about you and there's enough money to keep you down. Right? Think about it. So that's why if you don't learn how to stay humble, stay grounded, and know what kind of language to use, here's the sad truth. Most people don't even believe in miracles. Because if more people started believing in miracles, it would start happening a lot more. And healing would happen more. For example, you know, some people practice brujeria or all this energy work, Reiki. You can use it for good intention or bad intention. You can use it to make money or use it to change people's life purely. So the more people believe in negative things, the more it actually exists. Right. But if you're a part of a community who don't believe in negative things like that, right, it doesn't exist because the collective doesn't hold it in their consciousness. That's why the people who control information controls people's minds. We all kind of know this already though, but we don't realize it's everything around us trying to, right, from the Coca-Cola ad everywhere, to the Nike, to all these things, to how people bow to each other or not bow, how people sit, eat, think, everything. It's like, and you're not even sure, are we happy doing this? Don't ask questions, just follow the rule. But if you do start asking questions, it's like taking that red pill in the movie, right? There's no going back, right? Like Morpheus said, you take this, you see the real world, there's no going back, no more. And it's difficult because when you start asking more questions, it seems to never stop for a while. For real. When you start asking, like, that's what happened to me. Yeah. I sat there in meditation, asking questions. That's it. I think that journey of asking so many questions lasted about 3 to 4 years until it calmed down, and everyone thought, "Oh, what happened to him?" I was figuring things out, damn it. It takes a long time to like let go of all the programming that you learn to find the reset, It's like the self-realization, right? Before you can like just become a blank canvas again, you start erasing. Okay, how the Asian boy should be, Thai Buddhist, raised in Houston, Texas, right? How expectations from parents, expectations from society, expectations from other men, expectations from women, fitting in, the consequence of not fitting in. You start erasing all these programming, right? And you just keep like letting things go and things go. I just sat there with the sincerity of my heart, wanting to know the truth. And as I got deeper into the truth, it keeps expanding, but more abstract, right? You just answer, like, what is love? Is love a feeling? Love is a feeling. Love is action, right? You just sit there, and as you deepen, the definition evolves and grow. So you just keep watering that seed with good intention, and that little seed, it grows into a plant, and then a flower blooms, and you're like, oh, word, what? Because whenever you water the seed of happiness and joy, it grows, and then you feel more joy. You're like, wow, I'm actually sitting here, and my life's getting better as I contemplate and realize things. And of course, I was learning from the internet too, like Thich Nhat Hanh and different Wayne Dyer and all these. But so the internet is a great place to learn, but you have to be super selective of who you listen to, because there's a lot of noise, right? When I was studying at that time, maybe 10 years ago or 8 years ago, the internet wasn't this noisy, right? There was no TikTok. It was just the Me Tube, right? So there was still kind of, now it's just like there's so much surface level thing that doesn't actually help people more than before, that makes you want to just buy more stuff to fit into what people think it means to be spiritual. Some of it is deception, for sure. But those people don't know better, because that's who they learn from. And also, if the deception that they're talking about makes them more money, some people don't have deep principles and values. When their money goes up, even if it's a lie, they'll take it. You know why? They're just trying to survive. And they will throw their principles and values out the window quickly. That's the one thing that made me sad a lot. I'm like, this is some BS, but I know it's BS that makes you money. But I can't do that. I cannot lie to people. I can't just spread information that's not transformative, but it's more of a cult mentality. Hell no. That's bad karma. Because eventually you fall off and people, you had your run. But when you stay genuine, right, the work that you do is a lifelong journey, not just you had a little blip here. Infinite waters, diving deep. Talking about the third eye again. Because you know why? That's what's gonna get the clicks, right? The clickbait. Nowadays, everything needs to be that way. Because it's a business. We're in business. TikTok and the video tube, social media, all business. So keeping things pure is very difficult because that's not what they really want. They just want you to get more engagement, clicks and views, and click-through rate, and more likes and all these things that may not even help humanity, which is sad as hell. And there's so much of it. But live streaming here with you changed everything for me. Because we get to have a real conversation, not just some video where people comment that, but you can like proactively like ask something deeper and say hi. I can welcome you. I'm here with you. Right? That's why I love it so much, because it's like it feels it's real. And it's not so clickbaity because it requires so much patience to sit here and be genuine and kind of, and it attracts the most authentic people. That's why I'm happy doing this. You know, I'm crossing paths with so many authentic people that I may not have if I was just making video content mostly, right? But the difficulty. What do you do about people that are inauthentic in your life? I talk to them less. Unless they really want to learn, then I teach them to be authentic. And if they don't want to learn, then I just realize that's who they are. They don't want to be open to learning. That's okay. I'm just not going to have them in my inner circle. I'll just have them around because I don't want to why would you want to collaborate with people who are inauthentic? I can respect them. I'm just not going to collaborate and hang out. That's it. That's my boundary. And whenever you help people on a daily basis, you have a good detector of who's authentic, who's inauthentic. And I think the best way to see if people are authentic or not, are they willing to build a friendship with you, or are they just there for benefits? That's it. I'm here like this because I'm willing to build something with you. And it feels real. That's why I keep coming back here. Yeah. It's time, right? Nothing can replace quality time with each other. Right? That's how you build a deep friendship. You ask deep questions. You respond. You become more vulnerable. You say hi. You know. This can also be family. Oh, for sure. Sometimes people in your family don't know better, and they don't want to know better. But you can be a force of light in your family that inspires people in your family to have some faith when you're around. But when you're not around, sometimes they be tripping. But if you build a deep relationship with love and light, God, or whatever you believe, that's good. They may see that light in you, and when they see that light in you, they can feel it in themselves. But one thing, never force stuff on people, ever. That's not love. That's ego. Our sense of community has been annihilated. Damn. Annihilated. Says Charles. People don't know what to do. We are lost and afraid. Why do you think I'm aggressively on here all the time? He's speaking prophecy. They're not lost. They're just finding their way. And if you find your way, you get to help others find their way too. But if you have not found your way, then you also ain't helping nobody else find their way. So find your damn way first. Or else you'll be sitting around talking about how everyone is lost. Right? Because if you're right, it's not that others lost, it's you perceive the world lost. The world is not, it's your perception of the world, which is your perception. I see the world finding their way. Why? Because that's my life. That's what we're doing here. But some may see that they're lost because that's what they focus on and it's happening to them and their community. Be the change you wish to see in the world. I can say that every damn day, and some people do get annoyed at me repeating things over and over, and still they don't practice it. They get annoyed at, and they still don't practice. Right. What can you do? Say it in a different way. Do you want to be the complaint or be the change? What do you think is more popular? Be the complaint in the world or be the change? So that's why you have to freshen up some things. Yeah. Be the complaint, do nothing, just move lips. Be the change, you gotta put effort, create community, talk to people, listen to people, care for people. You don't have time for that, just complain easier. Yes, be the complaint is easier. Everybody, print posters. Be the complaint you wish to see in the world. We can rally people around that. The world will be full of complaints. Oh wait, I guess we don't need a banner after all. Just turn on the TV right there. Today in Southwest Houston, a horrific accident. Like, oh shoot. Every day we watch Be the Complaint. What can you do to help community? Nope. No. There's no sensationalism in that. We need more drama. Drama sells. The narrative, keep it going. See, I knew it. The world's terrible. There's no way to create community other than platform. Do the best that you can, brothers, sisters. Right, that's what I do. I try to do the best that I can. We have local community, online community, global experience. Right, and if we all just are doing our part to be a good servant, then the world is in good hands. That's it. Be the change. Can you play a wonderful? I'm playing. Going to any church feels like they only want money when you red pill. To find communities that you resonate with, because whenever you wake up, you don't want no BS in your life, right? You don't want the tradition. You're looking for something deeper, and to find deep and rich communities who ask deeper questions, not just, you don't just glaze over things. You're like, well, I want to ask, I want to ask more. Sometimes you want more, and some communities don't want to give you more because they don't know what to say sometimes. They just keep the narrative because that's what brings in the donations, right? Yeah. Or sometimes you get an answer that doesn't really fulfill you. You're like, man, that don't even make sense, but I guess so. If I disagree, then they'll blame me. Now you're a threat. Like, shoot. Oh, nothing. That's why you have to learn how to work with. You have to learn how to get along with people, and that's the beauty of having an open mind. You learn to get along with people. You know where they're coming from, what they don't like. We can only do our best to be a good servant, right? That's why what Bob Marley, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Right, the people that are speaking out on the truth, oftentimes, right, they get suppressed. Or sometimes it's just a message that people don't need, but their people's ego think that's what we need to be saying, but it's not a transformative nature. Sometimes it's just been corrupted by my side, your side. Nothing about wisdom and one love. It's just more about my side, your side. Division rather than unity. Messages about division is popular because it's drama. Messages about unity is not as popular because it makes people feel good, less drama. Right? Because when you're unhappy in your life, you're more attracted to the negativity because you're familiar with it. When you start hearing positive things, unless it's about cats and dogs and something cute, right? But when it becomes something about human beings getting along, it's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Rather than like, wow, that's profound. But when we see a cat and dog video, oh, right. Cha-ching. So when I start paying attention to how the information is controlled, I start to see what's going on. And so that's why we focus more on transformation that's authentic. Also known as how can we assist in miracles in people's life, like genuinely. How we can be a catalyst for miracles in people's lives? Can you really be a catalyst for miracles in people's lives? Or is that exclusive to some people or community only? That being said, the reason why a lot of people are waking up on the planet is look at the nature of what's happening on the internet. What you're looking at, this is like one TV station. Back then, we're watching History Channel, watching the guys sell OxyClean late at night, or Scooby-Doo. I remember, man, there was nothing to watch but Cartoon Network. I watched Scooby-Doo freaking for years sometime. Tom and Jerry and the Scooby-Doo. Right, that's the thing I was watching. Nowadays, you can tune into a real human being with good intentions and hang out. Right, so there's a different programming that's happening, which is amazing, right? There's no script. We're tired of things that are too scripted because there's some kind of agenda. But when things appear and from the heart, it's like, wait a minute, is this real or is this guy faking? This fake guru dude, or what's going on? Like, And sadly, the people who doing card readings for money don't help either, because when people see spiritual people, that's what when people look at spiritual people, that's what they think of, because it's everywhere. When it comes on TikTok, there's a bunch of people. So a lot of the spirituality movement has gotten saturated with spiritual business rather than spiritual practice. So, which is unfortunate. But when you are genuine and you are a good person, people feel like they found something special. So I'm grateful for that, you know. And the reason why this spiritual community is growing, we don't talk about the politics, right? We'll talk about the general overlying concept. When we don't talk about my side, your side, it creates unity, which for some, it's really hard for people to turn that off for some reason, you know? Because why? Freaking, the news is a strong machine, right? Whatever news, there's a strong machine behind it. But what we're doing here, there's a strong love behind it. You know, that's the beauty of spiritual and faith. Are you American? Yeah. I was born in Thailand, raised in H-Town, Houston, Texas. Have you ever found a spiritual influencer that is authentic? Yes, they're there, but they're very few. Right. And they don't last very long because it's not a profitable path. Let me just be honest. Okay. Because drama and disagreement and divisiveness is way right. That causes more engagement, more negativity, which makes more money. When you're like focusing on unity and love in a non-religious way, it's really difficult. Now a religious, right, whenever it's more religious, it's like that. There's a larger group of people, right? So this is why it's such a precious. It requires, you have to have an all-in attitude to make a spiritual community work that's non-religious, but it respects religious people too. Welcome. It's just about love. Sometimes it's hard for people to believe that there are communities that are about love, that unifies people, and it respects people from all places. Welcome. It's usually like, right, that's it. Look, I have friends who are in many places. So I learn like, oh yeah, that's not. Why do we, like, we can respect people, right? We can agree. It's just that tension, the friction, right there, the disagreement, the hate. That's viewer count right there. Right? You get a lot more views and clicks because of the negativity. Ew, I can't do that. That's not good for humanity. More negativity. That's gonna poison my brother and sister. If we just learn to get along with each other and learn to love each other, right? It's like if somebody's disrespectful to you and you do it back, right? What's that one thing? An eye for an eye make everyone blind. And that's what's going on. Everyone just like, well, they did it to us, we do it to them. Now everybody's doing it to each other. Well, what about one love and unity? It's almost like a lost philosophy. One love. People talk about unity, but it's only unity for their side. Not like actual unity for everybody. And it's almost like a wild Pokemon. Like, it's out there somewhere. You know? That's why it's hard for me to really be around some people, because they flaunt the words unity, compassion, and one love, but they don't practice it. It's only one love for their side, right? It's only divine love and Holy Spirit for their side, not just for the collective completely. But in here, we do our best to unite that, because that's actually one love, not my side, your side. And sadly, people who start these kind of movements easily get corrupted, because unity is hard. It's harder to control a masses that's united. The more ignorant and divided we are, we'll easily get triggered by divisive programming. But when we're unified, we're like, no, thank you. I just want to hang out with my homies. You know, like, no, we're not gonna be negative. Let's not yell at people here. That's what works for you. Beautiful. This is what works for me. Are you genuinely happy? Oh, you're genuinely happy to. But asking these deep questions is very vulnerable and revealing. And that's what creates community that's authentic, is vulnerability. But sometimes we just want to do enough to pay the bills and feed feed our family, that people will sell their soul or whatever. Throw your principles and values in the garbage can because it pays the bills. Yeah. And then when we feel like we don't have what some people have, we feel like we're so damn poor, even though we have so much to be grateful for. But when we compare ourselves to the people who look like they have more, but we don't know if they're genuinely happy, they just have some nicer things. But we're not looking at people who are genuinely happy. We measure it by material, and that's not a really good measure of wellness and happiness in life. Right, that's coming from like my parents. My mother wanted me to be very rich. My father just wanted me to be a good person. Right, so that's why it's like I get to see both sides. What do you think about slowing down time? What do you mean? Slowing down time. Like the bullets are coming to Neo and he, like that. Time exists in a human experience. In a spiritual experience, there's only now. When you look at the clock, when you're on a spiritual experience, it's called NOW, now. On a human experience, the sun rises and falls, the moon comes out, right? The time helps us to have order and organization in a human experience, right? But in the moment, when you're not looking at the clock, that's all you have. It's pure. Right? That's it. So whenever you're more present, it seems time has slowed down because you're actually with the moment rather than thinking about, all right, I gotta end the stream at this time, drop my kids off at school, and then Starbucks open at this time, I need to go pick up this and that. Right, we're so booked in time that everything seems so fast. And whenever we're more present, all of that seems to fade away. It's still there, but when you slow down and breathe, you're more connected to the moment because you're here rather than on, oh yeah, I got a soccer practice, I don't get along with the coach, or wow, they're mistreating my son, or right, all these things. So there's a lot to think about and vision because this human experience can be complicated if you design it that way. That's why you keep it smaller, it's manageable. When you know too many people, I used to know too many people and hang out with too many people. Every 2 weeks is somebody's birthday. I'm like, I'm not trying to go out all the time, but every week or two, it's somebody's birthday because I know too many people. And I realized that's not good for my life. I don't want to be going out all the damn time. You know what I mean? It's a birthday. I'm like, who is that? Is your homie's homie? Is your homie's homegirl? We going to the club again? We're in Midtown? Uptown? What place? Oh, they call it Red Door? Where are we gonna pregame? Pregame. And you eventually start getting tired of that life because you're not really happy, and you don't. And sadly, when you're not really happy, you don't know it because you never ask that question. Am I really happy? Don't think too much here. Just roll one and smoke it real quick. You ask too much question, bro. Here, just take a hit. So whenever I started being more spiritual, I knew I was annoying people because I was like, man, why should we doing that? I mean, I started realizing my consciousness was not matching the environment I was in anymore. Because I was like, we should be focusing more on your dreams. What you're calling? Are we doing what truly inspire you? Now they were inspired but also annoyed because what I was saying is true, but they didn't really care or want it. And they liked me, so they'll listen. But at the end, cheers. Yo. Salud. Here's some limes for everybody. Turn on the music again. Happy birthday. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. Found love in a hopeless place. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. We're gonna go pick up Whataburger. You want anything? Anyways, that's more Texas thing. That's a Texas thing. That's a Texas thing. Let's see here. What is a spiritual take on solving injustice in the world? Like bigotry. What is that? Because I don't really use that language. I prevent myself from using language that I see people low vibration. They use a lot of like gaslighting and all these more political driven words that have nothing to do with transformation. Oh, okay. So be the change you wish to see in the world. Yeah. So if I see a problem in the world, I'm here. I show up as an example of a solution. And if we all just showed up instead of be the complain, do you see how we're back at the simple things again? The solution is simple, but practicing it is difficult because we don't believe in the solution. We believe in the problem more than the solution. That's why we don't practice the solution. That's why I don't use that language. Gaslight. Because sometimes we're so attached to the problem that we don't want to practice the solution. This is why the people in power are always trying to keep people divided and angry and maintain the narrative that keeps them believing in something that doesn't unite. Easier to control when they're divided. Divide and conquer. The oldest trick in the book, and yet we still fall for it in 2025. Everybody knows divide and conquer. It's happening to you as we speak, and we still don't recognize it, right? What can you do? Be the change again. Unify. Actually do it. Welcome to be the change we wish to see in the world. Many people told me, don't come to TikTok. It's negative, it's noisy. I told them, all your children's on here. While you complain about TikTok, you're not doing anything to make it better, because your children's not just going to stop using the internet. Why not bring the love to where they're at? Why not bring the authenticity to the people rather than complain about the problems of the world? Bring the change. Welcome to Mystic Village yet again. Yeah, you can talk about injustice all day, for sure. But when we talk about injustice, it gets tricky because, the details, it could be, right, it could be politically driven, which is my side and your side. The other side is saying, no, this side is injustice. This side is saying that side is injustice. Those people teach me it's impossible to make everyone happy, but it's possible to make ourselves happy. That's the best news I heard in a long time. That's what the people in power controlling the narrative, they don't want us figuring this out. Why? Because then that wall that divides us would break and we would start being more happy with each other. I remember somebody asked Morgan Freeman, what's the solution to it? What's the solution to racism? Don't talk about it. Remember that video? We all know that. Don't talk about it no more. Embody oneness, love, and harmony. And that's what we do in here. That's why I don't talk about all that stuff. Right, that's why I focus on how can help, because if it's passed down, right? If being negative is passed down through their family, well, what's the solution to that? Teach people how to be more optimistic and positive. Yeah, we're not here to be positive vibes only. If you're new here, by the way, we're here to have real talk that leads to a genuine happy life. Which is why I don't like to debate people. Well, I don't debate people at all. Right? I just focus on how can we help people feel genuinely relaxed and de-stress them from life. Right? And fall asleep better. When you sleep better, you think better, you feel better. It leads to more positivity. It's like, why would somebody have compassion for others when they feel like crap inside about who they are? Yeah, we're not saying we're ignoring it. We know the problem is there, but the best way to heal that is to be a powerful catalyst of peace and love. Right? Humanity, there's enough about problems, right? Let's be clear. Most people know there's problems in the world, and actually we know sometimes more about the problem than the damn solution. That's why I don't focus on the problem, because everybody's already talking about the problem everywhere. When you turn on the news, they're talking about the problem. Whatever news, problem. Solution is more uncommon, unfortunately. Why? Because it's less drama. I feel some of the words you use about this topic are slightly... Yeah, because I focus more on transformation and leading to positivity. That's why there's enough communities addressing negativity, talking about the problem. Actually, there's more communities focusing on problem than generating love and positivity. That's why I don't focus on it. Love your damn self is our motto, and we're here to actually feel that love. I'm an activist that works for a more loving... Well, what do you think I'm doing here? I'm not an activist. I'm a practitioner. I practice the love, not just active for love. You see the difference? That's why this community is actually peaceful, because we practice the love, not just talk about it, think about it, but we actually practice it and we feel it together, and that's pure. And that's why when we focus on the love that's within, when you feel relaxed from a long day, sometimes you're at work, there's a lot of negativity at work or whatever, but you come here and people are breathing, relaxing. We teach people how to breathe, narrating our breathing. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. When we focus on our breathing, there's nothing to think about. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Taking our time to breathe. Enjoying our precious breath and life. That's positive energy, positive practice. Agreed, obiculars. We definitely need lawyers and doctors. Everybody has their role. I'm doing my part too. Some dude online. Don't worry, brother, sister. We're gonna clear the energy soon. Deep talk is good, but also learning to chill and breathe The reason I talk deep is because we also have a break from talking where there's a bit more music. I see many communities do a lot of talking, but they never make time to chill the F out sometimes. That's why it doesn't lead to peace. You know what I mean? Enjoy the present moment. Let yourself be happy. Sometimes we judge happiness as cheesiness or that we don't deserve it. Nothing wrong with enjoying your life. You can make happiness as difficult as you want, or you can make happiness as easy as just relaxing and breathing in this moment. Breathing in and slowly out. Relaxing your facial muscles, eyebrows, forehead, your jaw. When your face is completely relaxed, you feel a gentle glow, happy moonlight, like a happy full moon. Nothing to prove. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. You can scan the rest of your body, like your shoulders, hands and feet. Even our eyeballs, sometimes we don't know how to relax our eyes. So you want to just let your eyes haze out a little bit. Just be aware that when you're new to loving yourself, you're going to judge yourself for letting yourself be all. When we're new to self-love and self-happiness, the ego judges us a lot. This is so damn cheesy, or this is so lame. But when we stop that judgment and just let ourselves be happy, it feels beautiful. I allow myself to feel love. I give myself permission to be happy today. We can say that to ourselves. I let go of what doesn't serve me, breathing in positive energy for my life. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for the peace and happiness and calmness to settle in. Unclench your bottom. hands and feet. Relax. And enjoy your breathing. Like, I know it may seem cheesy for the new people to try. Like, when you're breathing, just see it like you're sipping a nice cup of tea. I used to judge myself whenever I was working on positivity and love, and I used to think, this is so damn cheesy, ew. You know. Then I realized, man, why do I make it so hard? I didn't know it could be easy. I allow myself to make love and happiness easy. You're welcome. And whenever I let myself make happiness easy, I started feeling tingling on my skin. When I breathe, I feel you can feel your aura. Right? That's that tingle because your energy is flowing because you stop judging yourself. And a genuine smile to yourself, a gentle one. Unless you're just new to this and you're really enjoying it, you can get attached to that blissful energy. So keep it centered. Or you can just, I did that for a while, by the way. Thank you for my life, got that golden retriever energy. But be careful because it's chasing the high. When you chase the high, the low is coming. So be careful when chasing the high of the energy. Thank you for my life. Thank you, Chantel. When we're new to being present, the mind will try to take us away by thinking about some negative thing. Trust your breath. Come back to narrating your breath. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. That's going to help you be more present with the moment rather than let your mind carry you away thinking about your ex or your trauma. In the moment, there's nothing going on other than now. And breathing. Your body is here. You hear my voice narrating, this is here now. So in the beginning, you get carried away a lot by the wandering mind that's undisciplined. Naturally. I think one of the most powerful things is giving yourself permission to feel love. Sometimes we think we need some boyfriend or girlfriend or someone to love us. I definitely thought that because I didn't know I can give myself permission. I didn't know it because loving yourself seems so selfish. But if you don't have love for yourself, your cup is empty and you can't give anyone love if you don't even have love to give. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Slowly out, relax your whole body. enough. Who I am today with all my imperfections, success, non-success, disappointments, I am enough because that's the best that I know. If you knew how to be better, you would have already done it. You're here because you did the best that you know. And that sometimes is a disappointment to yourself and others, but that's all you know until you learn to be better. I am enough. Scan your body. Sometimes we gripping our jaw. Relax your jaw. Eyebrows and forehead relax. Eyeballs reduce the intensity. You're not at work anymore, okay? Chill. I give myself permission to enjoy this moment and my life just the way it is. Just the way it is. Even the challenging things we can be grateful for because they're there to make us stronger, even though we don't want it. Thank you for the challenges in my life that make me stronger, even though some lessons are very difficult. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Slowly out, relax your whole body. Take your time to connect with yourself. Sometimes we don't like some things about who we are. We don't have to judge. We can just accept that's what's happened. That's the best that we know. I accept who I am. an opening to be a better person each day. When I know better, I do better. In the past, I didn't know better, so I didn't do better. That's the best I know how to do. Sometimes the regret makes us not sleep at night. What if I was different? What if this didn't happen? What if I let go of the what if and just accept me completely for who I am? I hope you don't mind a little flute vibe. enjoy that. We always make random spiritual vibes here. Make music from the heart. Make love. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Slowly out. Remembering to narrate our breathing helps us to be in the present moment. Relaxing my body. I'm aware that I'm consciously relaxing different parts of my body. Hands and feet, eyeball, unclenching your jaw and your bottom, giving yourself permission to enjoy relaxing. Sometimes we make it so difficult. We just gotta give ourselves permission. Make love easy, easily accessible. Welcome Anne says, just woke up from a dream, so many things answered. I rarely dream, but I have been asking. Look, we've been streaming for 3 hours and 30 minutes already. Thank you for all your gifting, donating to support my I am Brother Thanet here of the Mystic Village. Thank you. And what we do in here is help people actually enjoy their life. And relax, of course, and fall asleep. That's the benefit of happiness. You sleep good, you wake up good. And you feel good. From time to time, scan your body, relaxing your eyebrows and forehead. This is a major point of stress where people store their stress, like you're driving. You're eating. Some people, they never stop, for real. Like, even when you're eating, like, just relax it. Is it that good? You know, damn, it's seriously good. Your flute playing was very peaceful. Thank you, Martin. I get it. Sometimes it is that good, you know. When the food's that good, I'll sit there like, they did a good job. Dang, that's some good tom kha, you know. Especially Thai food, you know. I'm Thai. Whenever you taste Thai food that's dope, you're like, Okay, this is above average. You know, this. This. Because it's slow. Eating too much saps the energy. I agree with you, yeah. What do you do for a living? What I'm doing right now, I'm a donation-based sound healer. Right. I'm operating from just pure donation. No private, right? Community-based. It just takes it, you know. It's my dream, yeah. It's just, again, I've been on this spiritual journey over 10 years. Right? To get here was very, very difficult, you know. But you have to kind of be crazy about your dreams. You actually have to be so invested that failure is not even, I don't even think about failure. That's why I began to achieve my dreams of uniting humanity through love and sound healing, and do it in a way where it's not business driven. Like, to say all of that and actually feel it, you know, it's like it's very emotional. It's beautiful at the same time, because if you don't give up, you actually get there. I like your music on all my link page. Oh, thank you. I always listen to it when I learn for exams. I wish there was a longer version, yeah. On my video tube there is, yeah. Yeah. I started my spiritual, I'm 37 now. I started around 27 and 28, you know. After suffering a lot for many years, like many people. You wake up because you need to wake up. My life was just not working out so bad. You know, usually when it's not working out really bad, you find substance, and that's kind of unfortunate. You just want to be happy, but you suck at being happy. Welcome, Sister Alex. So now, eventually I learned how to be happy. I was like, why wasn't I knowing all this? Which drove me to be a teacher. Thank you for your authenticity. Oh, thank you. I didn't know how to be authentic. It's one thing that I'm so grateful for, which is being genuine and coming from a loving heart. When I first started, most people didn't take me seriously. but I did. That's what matters. Then I started mentoring some of my coworkers successfully, which gave me a boost of confidence. Like helping transform people's lives. In a more spiritual meditation way, right? The first group I ever started was with my coworkers at the Cheesecake Factory. Transformative Thursdays, and we meditated, and I taught meditation with my coworkers. It was like 3 people. It was 2 people, honestly, at first, and then 3 and 4, sometimes 5 came coworkers. And I still have the same feeling when I'm here with you. It's the same feeling as when I started. Just the beginner's mind, like the enthusiasm is the same, because helping people for the better, it's like so precious. When you see people happy genuinely, it's like something that's priceless, you know. Oh, thank you, William. Thank you so much. And that's what drove me to walk this path. Helping myself was really difficult, but helping others, it's even more difficult. But if you can achieve it, it stuns your ego that it's even possible to help people heal from deep trauma, right? Like deep trauma. And because at the end of the day, I'm just some dude, right? I'm just a coworker. I'm just some who's happy. That's the catch. I'm just some dude who's actually genuinely happy. You're welcome. I'm listening while learning for exams right now. I have to learn 7+ hours a day. Sounds... Well, thank you for tuning in, William. I don't miss schools at all. I don't miss it. Right? This is a different kind of school, I guess. Positivity school. Authenticity school. Schools are institutions, and institutions, as they are now, are not the truth. I mean, some of it's true. Let's be real, okay? That's why people... a lot of it's actually true, but it helps people achieve some goals. But of course, not all answers can be found in books. Yeah. Some can. Alright. I think I have, let's see here, 15 more minutes, because my body's telling me, you're still healing. Usually I stream longer, but my health has been on the decline, pushing too hard. So I'm still working my way back to same energy. So thank you for all your support. that's okay. It's just, when you have a dream, I'm willing to push it to the limit. I'm willing to push everything to the limit until, okay, I found the limit. Right? Okay, my health is the limit. Right? It's just, before you can figure that out, it's a lot. That was straight. Right. Now, even though my health may be slightly compromised, it's still 3 hours and 45 minutes in. It's just more like, I feel it in my chest. So thank you for all the support. Yeah. It's more like sometimes humanitarian effort isn't the most, it's not a service that maybe people see as, So that's why just showing up longer builds the community. But now I have to reduce that and just be more effective with my time here. Your flute playing helped me to release some trapped emotions, says Mathematics. Thank you. Yeah. And also today we did a local sound bath, which is a lot of energy too, But I think in a week I'll be fine. It's just slowly I'm getting back there. But I take full responsibility for my life, for my health, for my success, and my failures too, And that's why we grow, when we accept responsibility for Yeah, exactly. When my body talks to me, I listen. That's why I'm like, okay, I can. Oh, and again, thank you, Brother Huma, by the way. Because if I don't take care of my body, then I won't be serving for very long on planet Earth. I'm trying to be here as long as possible. Have you been to Thailand? I was born in Thailand and I've gone back. Yeah. I wanted to become a surgeon. I don't know why. I read every day about it. It's like I would sacrifice everything for it. I'm sure you have the same feeling. Yes, this is the dream. The thing is, your dream, if it's genuinely your dream, you keep your enthusiasm alive about it, right? And I find ways to keep my enthusiasm alive about helping people, which is why you see me doing so much on the stream, because that's what it takes. Because if I'm bored and I'm here, I feel like I'm in jail. But when I'm here with you, I feel free because I'm doing so much that fulfills me, and it helps people just doing what I love, which is freaking. Now, I used to be a wedding videographer, massage therapist, video editor. I was in a food service industry for 10 years. So to be here and do what I love, and to say that, it's my job and it's donation based, it's like I'm in the right river. It's just the stream is not flowing strong yet because I just got here not too long ago. Yeah. Again, I've been live streaming in totality for about 6 years, and I didn't really find greater success until recently. where I switched to TikTok. Right, I was doing Amazon deliveries, Uber Eats, Uber people to the airport. So to get here, it's like a miracle for me. So I don't take it lightly. That's why I'm pushing so hard. Because there's an opportunity that opened for me. I don't take it lightly. Give it your all. But also, take care of your health. But one thing I notice about all the mystical teachers, they push themselves so hard they do get sick for a little bit and then they heal. That's kind of how light workers are. That's what I notice. I know it's not a good thing to. Right? You're giving your all. The universe. Right? It's not easy. That's what I noticed from many of my teachers. There was a point where they were pushing very difficult, and their health gets compromised. But when you work from a pure heart, oh, thank you, Rancho. When you work from a pure heart, thank you so much. The universe, it also helps to keep you alive because you're doing good work. Right? I love the quote from the Buddha. When you help others, your way also becomes brighter. And I learned from my teacher that the good things that you do, it protects you. Right. It protects you. Right, for example, I was doing breathwork in the kitchen at 4 a.m., learning the Tumo. I was doing it wrong, and I hyperventilated on purpose, and I fainted, and I have this scar on my shin. I could have been dead. I could have been gone. But I woke up, body in shock. Then I realized I'm still alive, okay? Like I was, I realized, okay, the universe kept me alive. Again, there's been many things like this. Surviving some NDEs from substance or breath work. That was a lesson learned for sure, yeah. Sometimes I think, why am I doing this to myself, studying several hours a day, but next day I got like a reset and something tells me what I really need to do. In the beginning of me practicing spiritual things, I stopped talking to all my friends and I just studied spirituality and meditation all day. I woke up, smudged myself with some sage, meditated for an hour, listened to Thich Nhat Hanh, Wayne Dyer, and just read. Right? I just studied at home spirituality using mystic Google. But and then at that time I went to work at, Cheesecake Factory. I meditated, and then eventually I went to the gym also. So it was a really, just live my life humbly, devote myself. But to dream big, I remember the quote, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. I was like, you trying to challenge me, universe? If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Right? Then I say, you know what, universe? Then my dream is to unite humanity. I would love to unite humanity. Because I'm like, how the hell am I going to do that? You know? Like, that sounds like a crazy dream. I still have it in my journal. Unite humanity. I mean, it's already happening. It's just humbling, you know. Anyways, I think my energy has run out for today. 4 hours straight, or 3 hours and 55 minutes. So thank you for all your blessing. Thank you for all your donations and following. I'm humbled to say that we're about to reach 100,000 followers on TikTok. So that's and it's from authenticity and from healing and from community. And I'm just grateful that I didn't lose my soul on the way to success on social media, because you can lose your soul, you know, on the way there. So anyways, breathing in. Inhale. Please love your damn self. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful life. Take care of your health like me. Please. And thank you to all the moderators doing their part. And hope Sister Transcend get the flute soon. And Brother Michael too. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, everybody.